Finally. I think me and Domas have been, talking about playing together for a long time now, and the times we've been able to do it, it hasn't been for long stretches or anything. It's kind of just been like a experimental kind of thing. So definitely still gonna have some work to do as training camp progresses, but I'm looking forward to it. I think we bring a lot to the table.
Myles, this is Showtime Arnett. Hey, a lot of the NBA experts said that as far as the team goes with you, if you lead the team, they're saying that you're probably going to be the person that leads this team to the finals. Do you agree with that assessment?
That's a loaded question. I don't really listen to what experts have to say personally. I think the only experts are the ones that are on the floor. So, of course, I'd like to think that way. I'd love to dream that way, and that's obviously a goal of mine. But I'm not really gonna take the opinion of an expert per se.
Myles, how do you feel like your experience with Team USA this summer will help you grow this year on the court with the Pacers?
Just the different set of rules there and the physical play. That's one thing that I actually kind of enjoy doing over there. Just being that guy on the team, kind of just being grittier, just playing a different role than I guess I would have played with the Pacers. So I think it's just going to help me, my mindset more than anything.
But playing with Domas, where will the biggest challenges be for the both of you? And will it be more on the defensive end than maybe the offensive end, or vice versa, or a little both?
Yeah, I think offensively we'll be able to figure it out since we just do two different things. There's only one ball, so I think we have a lot of, not just me and Domas and just starting five, a lot of guys can score the ball. So biggest thing on offense is being able to figure out where everybody fits in and how we're gonna make the the engine roll. And defensively, yeah, it's just guarding perimeter guys or be able to guard stretch forwards and all that kind of stuff. It's going to present a little bit of a challenge just because we're both traditionally I guess adept at guarding the post. But I know Domas has been working. I've definitely been working. So I think it's something that we can play with.
Myles, how much time did you spend with Kevin McHale over the summer, and what do you think you got out of those sessions?
Probably spent about 2 to 3 days with him, and I think the biggest thing I got out of it was just his mentality more than anything. You can show somebody all the post moves in the world, but one is up to the player to go out there and execute it, and two, you can't really, not a lot of people can say they were able to, be able to kind of pick the brain of a Kevin McHale, someone of his caliber. So I think just the mentality that he was trying to, to get me to possess, and just the kind of the stuff he was saying out there is probably the stuff I took away the most.
Myles, Nate was saying that he's expressed to you being the most dominant defensive center in the NBA. Is that a goal that you have as well coming into the season?
Yeah, definitely so. It's something I want to keep building on and get better at, year in and year out. So, still a ways to go.
Hey, Myles, this team doesn't look anything like any team you've ever been on before. So what do you think about, as all the faces, started coming in, what do you think about the final product?
I'm not exactly sure what to think yet. Haven't got a chance to kind of play with everybody. I played on 2K. That's about it. It's not really much you can get out of that. But, I'm looking forward just to the challenges, the upsides, the downsides, everything the season has to offer. I think the training camp, this trip to India is going to be good for us to kind of bond a little bit, being away from home. We're just kind of force guys to come together a little bit. So I think it's a good opportunity.
Myles, what did you think when the team drafted Goga, and maybe if you've played with them, what have you seen so far? If you haven't, what have you kind of heard from your teammates?
I played with them a couple times this summer. I came in early this summer just to kind of show face and just to be around. And I think he just like any other rookie, he's going to take experience. He's got all the skill in the world. He's stronger than he appears, and he's a bit taller than I think he's listed. And he can play. He can shoot. He's actually a pretty good shot blocker. But it's one thing to do it, in practice, another thing to do it in the game. You can have all the upside in the world, but once you finally, go through the grind of NBA season, that's where you're gonna be tested the most. So, I've been talking to him. I'm definitely gonna have his back this year, and just being someone who's been in his shoes before. So, I think it's something we're actually gonna need as well. So, I think he's gonna have a big role here.
Myles, I read you said Victor may be back sooner than people think. What went into that statement?
I just know how Vic's wired, and he's been attacking this process. As you can see, he's already on the court doing stuff that people didn't think he'd be doing this early. So I think that Vic's he's gonna wanna come back, like earlier than it's expected. But that's not obviously that's not up to me, or it's on him. But he's got to make the best decision for himself, in his future.
And your mind is the expected January, December, that kind of mid-holiday?
I have no idea. Hopefully, some people said after All-Star break. Some people said January. So I'm hoping it's December, January. But I have no idea of knowing.
Myles, I saw on social media you were at, was it Wyoming, Montana?
Yeah, Wyoming.
Wyoming. Why there? And what was going on out there? What'd you do?
Nothing, and that's exactly why I went out there. Yeah. I kind of just wanted to get away for a little bit, just turn my phone off, and just go somewhere remote, and just kick it. And it was a perfect place for that. Just got to go hiking a little bit, saw some of the mountains, saw some good views. It was it's kind of a unique place. Just went there, a couple of my boys, and just kicked it for a little while.
Why there?
I don't know. I mean, I could have been anywhere, right? I think it's just quiet, tranquil. Weather was nice. Not a lot to do. So that's exactly what I wanted.
People recognize you in Wyoming?
Yeah, I was the only black guy there, so it was pretty easy.
Hi, Myles. What is the impressive for this year China World Cup?
One more time, brother. My bad. One more time.
What is impressive for this year China World Cup for basketball? Like what?
What are my impressions of it?
For China, Chinese food. So.
Oh, got you. My impressions of China itself. Yeah. No, that was my first time over there. It was pretty cool. Went to 4 different cities. I like Shenzhen the most, probably out of all the cities we went to. It was kind of a unique spot. Shanghai was dope. Weren't in Beijing for too long. We were only in Dogwon for like a day. But I'm not gonna lie. I kind of try to stay away from the food just because we had our own. I had my own chef there. Had a lot of people there. Just I didn't want anything to mess up my stomach. I mean, the culture itself was pretty dope. It's kind of a unique experience. Got to go to the Great Wall. That was pretty cool. Just moved around a little bit.
Myles, you're a 4-year veteran now, which probably is a little surprising to you. What are your expectations for this season? You're still a young player, an ascending player, but what for this season are you expecting from yourself?
Take another step defensively. That's another big, huge goal of mine. Obviously, didn't accomplish everything I wanted to accomplish last season with that. So, take another step in that direction. Offensively, just being able to step it up even more. I feel like I've been producing at a decent level offensively, but not the level that I'm capable of. So, being able to score on 3 levels of the ball, on that end, and then just being more of a voice, especially with Vic being out this early. Someone's going to had to be the voice in this locker room, and I definitely want that to be me.
Anyone else? Yeah. Speaking of that, you want to step up offensively. They brought in scores. The starting 5, particularly when Vic is back, is loaded with scores. How much of a challenge will that be to everybody? To establish the chemistry and for guys to settle into roles.
Like I was saying before, there's only one ball, and everybody's kind of used to scoring, kind of adept to scoring in the organization they've been in. But I think just with any team is going to come the transition period. Hopefully go through ours early, rather than later, and we're always going to kind of have to get in and fit, like I said, get in where we fit in and kind of figure out what we do best. Stick to that. We're in a position where one person doesn't have to do too much. Not one person has to score 20, 25 points a game. Kind of just a balanced attack, but we'll figure it out as we go.
You kind of grew up with Thad here. Is it going to kind of be weird without him?
Yeah, definitely so. I think Thad was he's a huge voice in his locker room, and he was someone who, when he talked, everybody listened. So to be able to have that veteran in the locker room was something I'm definitely gonna miss. But it's we still have a lot of guys here that have been in the league for a while now. It's a relatively young team, but years-wise, there's a lot of guys that have been here. So I'm sure it won't be too much of a fall off. Smart got it today, damn. All right.
About the time, right? I know you haven't been here this summer much, but from what you have seen, what you've heard, is there a returning player who fans can expect to see the most improvement from, the biggest step forward of the guys coming back? Any idea?
I've heard TJ's taken a big step. I've heard TJ's been really playing really well, looking really well. He looks stronger, he looks bigger, and I think TJ's one of those guys who hasn't necessarily had the opportunity that I think that he deserved. And it's not. There's a number of reasons that have gone into that, but I think TJ's someone's going to be able to step up this year. I think this is going to be his time. Someone has to play that backup forward role, and I think he'll be able to fill that.
Thank you, Myles.
Yeah. Oh, TJ Leaf, my bad. Yeah, there you go. Forgot about that.